President Trump has spent his holiday in the last 16 days here in Florida, splitting his time between his golf club in West Palm Beach and Mar-A-Lago. When he's at his golf club, he's been golfing and taking meetings, and then at Mar-A-Lago, we saw him welcome several foreign leaders during this trip. But the standout moment when he launched that attack on Venezuela and captured Nicolás Maduro. Here's what he told me about that. Was there any point where the U.S. was considering if Maduro pushed back or resisted killing Maduro?
It could have happened. It could have happened.
Before arriving in Florida, President Trump made a stop in North Carolina to tout his economic agenda. Then when he got here to Florida, his first announcement, the U.S. would construct 2 new battleships. He also spoke on the phone with children, calling into NORAD, and attending that Christmas Eve party at Mar-A-Lago. Then came the big meetings. President Trump welcoming Ukrainian President Zelensky to talk about his 20-point peace proposal to end the war and holding those phone calls with Russia's President Vladimir Putin. The day after, President Trump welcoming Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, talking about phase 2 of the Gaza peace plan. The president also hosting a glitzy New Year's Eve party at Mar-a-Lago with some of his cabinet officials in attendance, and the president on his way in telling me his New Year's resolution.
Mr. President, do you have a New Year's resolution?
I have.
Let's hear it.
Peace on earth.
Then he kicked off the new year with a bit of shopping at a tile and marble store in Florida in search of marble for the White House ballroom after he demolished the East Wing there. Then later that evening is when the president gave the green light for Operation Absolute Resolve. That's, of course, what we saw play out in Venezuela in the early morning hours, and then the capture of Nicolás Maduro. The president holding a press conference and telling me what comes next for the country. You said that the U.S. is going to run Venezuela, so who's in power right now?
Well, we're going to be running it with a group, and we're going to make sure it's run properly.